Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, I did a fun page in my art journal, and I don't remember the page number this is, but I'll put it in the description. But it was a lot of fun. I was playing with some gnomes. So I have some Distress Oxide sprays, which I am really, really loving. They are so awesome for a quick background. Love them for art journaling. Love them for quick cards and tags, and just for really quick playtime when you're in a hurry. So, and the video doesn't catch everything that's happening in the box, but I'm just spraying it and having fun. And what I usually do, this is my own homemade splat box, and it's just an Amazon box, and I cut the edges so that it would kind of protect off to the sides, because that spray can get a little crazy sometimes. But I usually start with a quick spray on the back of the box just to get the nozzle started, because sometimes you'll get like a spit and you don't really want that, and sometimes I love that, but sometimes I just want like a spritz of color. I usually wind up wetting it and moving it around anyway, but this time it was a little bit different. So I just wanted a nice, fun, vibrant background to play with. And these are some stamps and die sets that I got on Amazon. Pretty cheap. It was just little gnomes, and a little gnome mushroom house is so cute. And it was super cute stamps and die set just for quick playtime. So I got this video down to about 28 minutes. I did a lot of cutting. I'm sure I missed something that I meant to cut out. It happens every time. But I just thought I would share this with you guys. I'm trying to make sure I cover every page. I think I missed one of them. But it's, this is more so about just sharing inspiration and showing you guys what I wind up creating. Again, not a artist or, certified or, educated and all that good stuff. Just a mom in her craft room doing what I do and sharing my videos. So, and hoping that it can inspire somebody to make something pretty and to get in their fun place of zen. So I sprayed it all in the box, and then I dried it, wetted it a little bit, and just kept playing with the colors until I got them to where I liked it. And I just have the piece of paper there just to protect the other pages in my art journal. And I don't remember all the colors. I think it's definitely wild honey is in there. I think I've got crackling campfire, probably some peacock feathers, maybe some mermaid lagoon. I got some, I don't know of all the colors, but, and you know what, do you, in whatever colors you like. But I like the greens. I'm really feeling the greens. Green has always been a challenge for me, but I'm really liking that lately. So there, I'm kind of liking how those splotches of the orange wound up showing up. I kind of like that. So I thought I'd just leave it. So I wound up just drying it the way that it was. I liked it. I liked all how interesting it was in the background. So, and again, it's important that you dry it in between your layers. Otherwise, you wind up with just mud. Those are a couple pages. I'm not sure I shared them yet, but I think I got a video for one of them. But completely different style. I'm really just kind of bouncing all over the place. I get in my grunge mode, and then I get in my whimsical mode, and then I get in my little cutesy mode. I get more of the cutesy mode because I got a new granddaughter. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. And that's when I get in the cutesy mode every time I think about her, which is pretty much every day. But yeah. So that glass mat, if you guys don't have it, you got to get it. This is a binder. I think I showed this in my last video. I'm a little backwards here, but I got that binder on Amazon, and it fits the Stampers Anonymous the stamps, the plastic thing that they come on. It fits it perfectly. And I've got a few of them. I don't have a whole lot. I don't have a large collection, but I do have Stampers Anonymous collections that aren't on one of these little I forget what you call them, the little tabs that you stick them to. I bought extra ones, and I have since added my other stamps to those, and it's so handy to have it in one binder. Now, you depending on how many stamps you have, you can only fit so many in this, but I bought the extra tabs to add the stamps to, and this is really a great way to store them. It was a couple bucks more than Tim's folder, which I love. His is awesome, and I love that it zips up, but it wasn't big enough for my liking, and I just needed a little bit. I need a little bit bigger. So, and that worked for me. So, and I just got it on Amazon. And I'm not selling for Amazon or anybody else or anything like that. But, and I love Tim's stuff. I'll forever use it and always, be a promoter of it. But um, that one with the folders to hold the stamps, I found something that worked a little bit better for my space and in my needs. So I went with it. So that was Hickory Smoke Archival Ink. I wound up I had a stamp. I just wanted more interest in the background. I wanted it's like alpha and numeric, and it's just interest here and there, just to add a little more. And I was going for really simple. My focal points were going to be the gnome and the little house. And my idea was to have the home in the back and have like a path going up to it, and I wanted to add some depth to it and say, okay, well, the house will be smaller, the gnome will be bigger, so it'll have like, a background. It didn't work out as good as I had hoped, but I don't care. I still had fun doing it. So I wound up coloring this mainly with the Distress inks. I love coloring with Distress inks. I absolutely love it. I love it almost as much, you know what, I love them equally, as my pencils. So my Derwent Inktense pencils, those are just insanely intense, and I absolutely love them. And I love to color with those too. But this time I just used some of the Distress inks and just played with it and played with some shading, which I still, I don't know. Every time I put shading down, I always feel like it's too much. And then I watch other people color, and their shading is like, it's super dark, and it winds up looking just beautiful in the end. So I'm still finding that balance for coloring. I'm definitely not the best at coloring. I have to really be in the mood to do it too. So, but it was fun. It was fun. I had a good time. So that's my stamping platform, Tim Holtz stamping platform. I love it. And those little gnomes, they are so cute. And then they have their little hands. It's a separate stamp, and you can change what they're holding. Like they can have their little gloves, or they can be holding a little lamp. And this guy, I chose holding a lamp. It's got this big old beard, and I love it. And I used my Wink Castella marker. I finally got one of those. Those have been around forever, and I've never had one. And I don't know why. I just never got one. But oh my gosh, I love that. So what am I doing here? Oh, I'm grabbing my ink pads. So, and I think I don't know if this was before or after, I had to re-ink my archival ink pad because oh gosh, it was just old. It was so dry, and it just wasn't giving me good impressions. And I love the archival ink. But, after a while, it gets dried out. See how it's not sticking very good. And that's just because it's getting really dry. I've had that ink pad, that same pad, probably for about 4 years. Literally 4 years. And I've used it a ton. So I just wound up buying the re-inker. I think I got that from Amazon or scrapbook.com and re-inked it after the fact. But if you just keep re-inking it, you keep it forever. Probably not forever, but. And die cuts came with it. That's right on the table there. And then that little circle. I will get a lot of use out of that little tiny circle for all kinds of different things. But that little circle is just to cut out the little pom-pom on his little hat. It's so cute. It's just so cute. I like attaching those with a string. So it's kind of like a cat toy. So it looks like the little pom-pom isn't like right at the tip of the hat. It's like kind of hanging off a little bit. But. So I just stamped that down, made sure I had it really good and stamped. And then I wound up throwing it through my Big Shot. And cut it with the dies that were there. If you guys are interested in those stamps, if you just look on Amazon, they'll pop up really easily for you. There's a stamp on here that says, I think this one says Gnome Place Like Home. And that's what I used on this one. It's so cute. And they're big old noses. So I spared you all of the coloring, so this is kind of the end of it. But I used lots of Distress ink and a very, very fine paintbrush to get him all colored, get the house all colored. Got some shading around it too. Even though I'm going to cut them out, I still put shading underneath them because there's always that little extra. I don't know why I just did it because I like to play with it and kind of practice. So, and his little shoes, oh my God, they're so cute. And his nose, I had to be careful. I didn't want it to be so pink so he looked like a drunk gnome. I had to be careful with that. So I cut most of the coloring out because the video would be a very, very long time. But when I'm in the mood for coloring, you know, it's relaxing to me, you know, but there's sometimes where I'm like, no, I'm just not feeling it. And that's more of my grungy, you know, when I want to, I don't really want to color something, but I want something colored, if that makes sense. I love to make tags and backgrounds like that, but I really have to be in the mood for coloring because I don't really think I'm that good at it. I just don't. I think I'm missing things, but. So I'm putting this back on here because I'm just going to stamp my sentiment that I'm going to use if I remember correctly. The gnome place like home. Oh no, I'm stamping his little hands and he's holding a little lantern. It's so cute how you can change up whatever's, you know, sitting right there in his little beard. He can either just have his regular mittens, like I said earlier, just have one hand out, or you can have them, you know, coming together. It's so cute. So in this one, he's got the cutest little lantern and his little, little mittens. They're not gloves, they're like mittens. I used to hate those when I was little because my fingers would get sweaty and stick together. I grew up in Chicago, and it was always the snow and the cold, and oh God, it was just miserable. You couldn't pay me to go back. But yeah, the mittens, everyone thought they were so cute on a little girl, and I wanted to slap them all with my mittens because they drove me nuts. But anyway, I digress a little bit. So I'm using fired brick, if I'm looking at that correctly, for his little red gloves or mittens. And that's the Winkastella marker or paintbrush. I'm not sure what to call that, but I wanted his whole beard to be glimmering with glitter gorgeousness because he is magic. So, and plus it's something that's new to me, so I love it. So I made sure that was dried, and then I'm going to die cut all that out and then play with the placement and find out where the heck I want it. There was a couple of those in that set, so I was trying to make sure I found the right one. The differences were so subtle, it was hard to tell. And if I used the wrong one, I don't think anybody would ever notice. But and I got some old washi tape. That stuff barely hangs on anymore, but it works for holding a die in place to cut it. There's a little circle. But the house was fun to color. There was a lot of little, it's actually got ivy that is wrapping around the house. And they're really tiny little intricate leaves. That was fun to use the different greens that I had. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed coloring this little guy. It's not a huge thing to color, but it was still fun to like practice some of the shading around all the little extras, you know, around the shutters, around the door, around the underneath of the mushroom, the cloud, or the smokestack, all that good stuff. So it was fun. So I just recently got an order. I'm just filling in time here, guys, but I just recently got an order from Tonic Studios, which I love them. And I did one of their mystery die sets because I was like, ooh, that's exciting. Like, I won't even know what I'm going to get. So I kind of like that idea. But then the Sizzix Big Shot is the only die machine I have. And I thought that would cover like all the dies. Well, the die that I got was like some super huge die. And it's a beautiful die. It's for a cracker. It's for, Oh, it's a Christmas cracker thing, if I could find it. I gotta remember what it is. I can't use it. I'm so bummed. And they can't exchange it, because it's a set. So, and I get it. I get it that they can't exchange it. It is called Nordic Christmas Cracker. And it's a cute little gift box. I love it so much, but it's too big. It will not fit in my big shot. And I guess I didn't think it through that, hey, it's a mystery. So you might wind up getting a die set that doesn't fit in your stinking machine. I didn't realize that. So if anybody's interested in that, I'm probably going to, I've got some extras too. I have some surpluses in my stash that I'll probably just put up for sale and see if anybody wants them. Because I can't use it. And I can't justify the $200, $230 for a new machine to just use one die set. I just can't bring myself to justify that. So I'd rather, give it to somebody who would like that. And maybe they have a die machine that they can use it with. Because I don't. So just playing around with stuff. I could probably cut some of this out, but editing these videos, I say it every time, it does take some time. So I decided to use my Faber-Castell pit markers and just the brown. And I drew on with a pencil just a little walkway up to the house. And then just thought, okay, if it gets bigger as it goes, it's going to give me some dimension of like, oh, it's in the background. Yeah, it didn't work very well. Because I got the white outline on there. I don't know what I was thinking. But you get the point. There's a walkway to the little gnome house. So, and I just color it in real quick. But other than that, I'm excited. I've got my, I was telling you guys about the card kits. And I have a card kit coming from Tonic Studios. And then I was thinking about doing the Sizzix one as well. But I was never a big fan of the kits. But Tonic has a craft box. It's a craft kit. And the dies and the Nuvo things that come in there, I'm just obsessed with them. They're just so beautiful, and versatile. You can use them for so many things. And I'm really finding that I was wrong all these years about, the kits. The kits are definitely worth the money. And if you do this subscription and you get it every month and you just set it up to automatically get it every month, then I also get a discount for anything else that I might buy there. So it's pretty good. They usually have pretty decent sales. Scrapbook.com is my place to go for most things, but Tonic and Sizzix directly, those are awesome too. Sometimes they have some really good sales. And then obviously Amazon. It's crazy. Need to buy stock in Amazon. So there's a little walkway. It's not a driveway. It's just like a little path leading to the front door. And I could have gone all crazy and put all kinds of bushes and, other things around. But I didn't have a whole lot of time, but I wanted to just do something fun and pretty. And I just wanted to make something. And I wanted to do an art journal page. And this is the direction that it took. I don't usually know where I'm going with what I do. I'm like, okay, here's a stamp set. I try to at least find my focal point, but half a dozen times, I'll wind up switching. Or I'll feel like I'm all over the place. I don't have a focal point at all. I decided to stamp that in blue. Cobalt blue. And that little tool there, it looks like a pen. That is one of those little, I think it's a Marvin tool. And it helps me to pick up the little pom-pom thing for his hat, which is so cute, but I can't pick it up with my nails. They get all stuck. But it's a Marvy jewel picker. There's one end that's a little bit bigger than the other, but I'm finding and that's a tool that I got from a kit. It was included in one of the kits, and it was I've used it so much. So Another one of those. And that's the thing I like about the tonic ones. And also, what was it? The Sizzix one. They come with a tool so often that you can just continue to use in your craft room for a long time to come. So again, the value. It's there. No denying it. So I just matted that real quick and decided to do the little stitching, faux stitching outside along the edges there. Just to kind of match with like the whimsical look of, when you die cut it and you got the white around it. I usually don't like that. I usually kind of go, okay, I die cut it, but can you die cut it without the extra on there? But I like it on this one. And if I'm going to do the faux stitching on that, I might as well do the faux stitching all over the outside as well. It's pretty cute. Just some highlights here and there. I always feel like I do it on the wrong side or I just do it backwards or something. But again, I'm just doing it for fun. The last video that I uploaded, if you guys saw it, it was for hashtag Tim Holtz Fall Vibes. And it wasn't so much fall. I mean, it was definitely darker colors, and I'm still feeling fall, but it was more, I didn't do leaves and pumpkins and things like that, but I still did like the inky fun time that he was talking about. If you guys, I say it every time, but if you guys aren't watching those Facebook Lives, and you can replay, you don't have to watch it live. You guys definitely should because he's showing techniques and things. Some of them you might already know, and giving tips and tricks, things that you would normally go to an art class and pay for. And he's spending a Saturday just sharing it for free, and I just think that's awesome. And I share this stuff just to share it with you guys, and hopefully people get something out of it. And they're motivated to try something. Because if you see somebody who's not a professional doing it, then maybe you can go, oh, well, shoot, I can do that too. Or maybe I didn't think about combining those colors. Or maybe I didn't think about, coloring it in that way. Or whatever it might be, I love the community that we have, the art community that I'm a part of for art journaling and creative time and all kinds of stuff. The things that people make is just amazing the talent that's out there of just people in their house just making stuff. And if they're brave enough to share their video and to share it with the world, and I think that's great. And that's my whole thing here and why I do this is just I hope to inspire somebody somewhere that might not want to do mixed media or might be a little bit, nervous about using maybe a product that they bought or whatever it might be, just to inspire somebody to make something beautiful just for the sake of making something beautiful. Making cards is great, and if if your love language is giving gifts, then that would make sense. But this learning these skills and playing with these kinds of products, you can make your own cards and make your own gifts. So, and there's nothing like a handmade card, I gotta tell you. Some handmade gift. But I was just, anyway, off my soapbox there. I was just putting on stars with white picket fence ink because I felt like it needed something. You could barely see them on there. But again, it's just subtle interest in the background because I felt like it needed something to show that there's a sky and there's a ground. There's not like a floating walkway. But I didn't want to get all into painting bushes on there or inking them on or anything like that. I just wanted the focus to be on that cute gnome. And he is all sparkly. It's kind of what I wanted. So that picket fence is I think it's a great staple and you should definitely have that. But on this one, it wasn't really showing up very well. But I am going to have to invest in a really, really good, like archival type of white pigment ink to use on a lot of things. So I'm going to have to invest in that. But when I notice, I'm like, okay, I need to identify somewhere there's like a moon in the sky or something. He's got a lantern in his hands, so I was like, all right, we'll put a moon. So, and I knew that the ink would react with, if it got wet or if I put, white ink on top of it. So I just tried to make like the outline of a moon. And then I just had a little circle that I just colored with like yellowish, whitish, gray tinges to kind of look like a moon. And again, this is just fun time. It's okay if it doesn't look like a moon. It's okay if it isn't perfect. Um, I was just playing. So I just used the ink and colored it in and found how I liked it and thought it looked okay and went with it. And I actually popped it up with a little teeny tiny piece of foam tape. But I had to make sure that it was dried underneath before I added that on there. So there it is. And I really love that background. I think it's fun. I mean, it's pretty. It's got some really nice color variations in there and it's blended well and I like it. Hope you guys do too. So I'm just using some water in that and some of the ink that might be on the palette, but I'm just using water just to kind of lift some of that color so that the moon looks like there's a glow around it, if that makes sense. That was my intention. And it worked okay. Maybe a little too yellow, but I'm good with it. It's fall time, you know, so maybe it's like a harvest moon. So there it is. And I put more. I was like, I need to make that a little bit more white and undo some of the gray on it. So I'm just adding a little bit more picket fence on there and kind of around it as well. So it looks like it's glowing. It's got like a halo around it. It was easy. This page was easy and so much fun and just relaxing. That's what I'm all about. Because work gets crazy. Crazy. I work for a large mortgage servicer and I'm a manager and it gets crazy. But so this time is just, I love this time. It's definitely something I look forward to. So there it is, guys. I think that'll wrap it up. I think I got a picture right at the end, but I hope that you like it. Nice and simple and easy. And if you have these stamps, hopefully this will give you an idea of how to use it. And you can go on Amazon and check it out if you choose to. But other than that, I really appreciate you guys watching and listening to my crazy rambling. Sometimes I don't even know what to say, but there it is. Inky fun, and there's no place like a gnome. So I hope you guys like it, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. We got a lot of that going on out there, and oftentimes we forget. I watch videos of people who inspire me all the time, and then I got to go back and make sure I like it and leave a comment for them, because them sharing their videos is brave. So, all right, thanks again, guys. Have a great weekend.